Hello Divination and welcome. Coming up in today's video, I'll be showing you 3 creative ways to style your Divi's vertical navigation's active link. So without wasting a lot of time, let's dive in and let me show you how. For our tutorial today, all we're going to need is some CSS code. So what I'll do is I'll link to the post which has all the CSS code in the show notes below. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to activate the vertical navigation. So let's come over here to dashboard, and then we're going to come over here to Divi theme customizer. Next, we're going to come over here to header and navigation, click on header format, and then enable vertical navigation. Click on save and publish. Okay, so what we need to do next is to go to header navigation, and we need to make some changes to the primary bar. So I'm going to click on primary menu bar. Text size needs to be set to 24. Logo max height needs to be 100, and our letter spacing needs to be -1. So coming over here, the font needs to be changed to Happy Monkey. There it is. So your text color needs to be white. Active link color needs to also be set to white. Now over here on the background color, this needs to be transparent. So you need to add this RGBA value of 255.255.255.0 because that's the value for transparent. And then you also need to do the same for the drop down menu. So with all that set, all we need to do is to save and publish, and then we need to add the CSS code. So we're going to come back here and a few times, and all the way down here to the bottom we have this additional CSS. So this is where we want to add our CSS code. So I'm going to press once on it, and then we're going to paste our CSS code like that. Click on save and publish, and now it's time to take a look at the preview. So you can see here that the effect that we have here is the glowy effect, and if I click on the page, you can see here it's glowing. Okay, so that's our first example. Okay, so now it's time to do the second style. So let's go back over here to our header navigation, click on primary menu bar. So over here we need to make some changes for the new style. So let's start off with the max logo height and set it to 30. The text size needs to be set to 24. Letter spacing needs to be set to 2. Now this time for the font, instead of using Happy Monkey, we're going to use Lobster. So I'm going to click this drop down and search for Lobster. And it is right here. Now everything else here is still basically the same. So I'm going to click on save and publish. And then we're going to add the CSS code as we did in the first example. So I'm going to go back a few steps. And then over here on additional CSS, we're going to get rid of this CSS that we added initially. And we're going to paste in some brand new CSS code. Okay, so I'm going to click on save and publish. And then I'm going to come over here and refresh and see what changes we've got. So we can see here that when I select this, we have this style happening here, which looks quite elegant. Okay, so now it's time to do the third style. So let's go back a few points here and come to our header navigation, click on primary menu bar, and then we're going to change our max logo height. We're going to set this to 100, and this time our text size needs to be set to 16, and our text is going to be Josephine. So I'm just going to search for Josephine Slab, and then we're going to make this all caps. So everything else here needs to stay the same. So let's go ahead and save and publish. And then it's time to add our CSS code. So we're going to go back a few steps, click on additional CSS. We get rid of this previous CSS code. And this is our CSS code that's going to bring us our changes. Click on save and publish. Okay, so we're going to refresh the page. Okay, so as I'm clicking on these links, you can see that we have this style around the actual word about, and I think this is a really cool design. So as you can see, we've managed to achieve these styles through CSS code. So if you'd like to use the CSS code in your designs, I've left a link in the show notes below. So there you have it. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and do follow us on our social media platforms. By doing so, you'll be notified every time we release new videos. Until next time, thanks for watching and see you soon.